In Norse mythology, there's Yggdrasil. In the Bible, there's the Tree of Knowledge and the Tree of Life. In Kabbalah, the tree is a guide for the path of salvation. These are mythic symbols that are older than civilization itself. They also serve three roles: the blueprint of creation, the source of forbidden knowledge, and the key to immortality lost by humanity. It seems every spiritual journey begins at the same place, a single colossal tree. They're not just standing in gardens, they are at the very center of the universe. It's the Tree of Life.
Now, number one, the love. The love.
So, in Norse mythology, the Tree of Life is not a metaphor. It is literally the entire cosmos. It's the towering ash known as Yggdrasil. And if you were a Viking, the giant column was all that held your world from collapsing into primordial chaos. Yggdrasil is the Ax Mundi, and the Ax Mundi is the center line of existence, and it binds the 9 worlds together. Its roots anchor the freezing primordial darkness of Niflheim. Its middle branches secure the realm of men, Midgard, and its highest canopy houses Asgard, the halls of the gods, including Odin. It is the ultimate support column, but it's not a peaceful garden. The life of Yggdrasil is defined by constant conflict, showing that creation requires eternal maintenance. At its base is the serpent Nithhagar, and it's perpetually gnawing at the roots, which he's attempting to bring down the entire cosmic structure. High above is a wise eagle that watches over the world, but it is locked in an endless war of insults exchanged via a malicious squirrel named Ratatoskr, who constantly dashes up and down the trunk. But this teaches a profound lesson. The life and death of the tree is the life and death of the universe. If the tree shakes, the gods will fall, the monsters will be loose, and the world will end in Ragnarok. Despite the chaos, Yggdrasil is also the infinite source of renewal. There are 3 massive roots that draw essential life from the 3 sacred wells, ensuring the constant flow of existence. The 3 sacred wells are the Well of Orther. This one's found in Asgard. This one's found in Asgard. This is the most crucial well. It is tended by the 3 Norns, or the Norse Fates, who draw water from it continuously to sprinkle Yggdrasil, keeping its wood from rotting and ensuring the continuous cycle of time and destiny. The second well is the Well of Mimir. This one's found in the realm of giants, Jotunheim. This well is the source of all wisdom and understanding. Its guardian, Mimir, drinks from it daily. This is also the place where Odin sacrificed one of his eyes into the well in exchange for a single profound drink of its wisdom. The last one is the Roaring Kettle, Hvergelmir. I hope I said that right. This one's found in the deepest darkness of Niflheim, the realm of mist and ice, and it's the lowest of the 9 worlds. This is the primal spring from which all the cosmic rivers flow. It is a source of the 11 poisonous rivers, and those have existed since the dawn of creation. The Roaring Kettle represents the source of elemental chaos and primordial energy, and this is the well that's gnawed at by the serpent Nithhagar. The Norse Tree of Life encapsulates the theme of structure perfectly. Everything is connected. It's constantly struggling against forces of chaos, and it's eternally drawing life from the source. It is an image of profound interconnection, proving that no matter how high the halls of the gods, they remain bound to the deepest roots of the darkness. In Judeo-Christian and Islamic traditions, the Tree of Life transforms from a cosmic foundation like Yggdrasil into the central challenge of human existence. Set in the Garden of Eden, this narrative isn't about one tree propping up the universe. It hinges on 2 trees defining our reality. God planted these at Eden's heart, laying the ground rules for humanity. First, there's the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Eating its fruit wasn't just a snack, it was an act of self-sovereignty, a bold grab for moral understanding and the power to choose and judge. And that choice came with a steep price: the immediate loss of innocence, the sting of shame, and the curse of mortality creeping in. Adam and Eve, tempted by the serpent, took that bite, and the world tilted.
What a pisser.
But there's a second tree, just as crucial, the tree of life. And this wasn't about knowledge, it was an unadulterated source of eternal physical life, a fountain of immortality flowing through its branches. The Genesis story pivots not on the fruit of knowledge, but on what happened next, the exile. After gaining that forbidden wisdom, God feared Adam and Eve might reach for the tree of life's fruit, locking humanity into a forever fallen state, burdened by corrupted consciousness. And to stop this, God cast them out of Eden with a heavy heart. And to seal the deal, he stationed the cherubim, the celestial guardians, wielding a flaming, ever-turning sword to guard the path back, which was a fiery barrier no one could cross. This exile flipped the Norse function on its head. The tree isn't about connecting the world, but setting the terms of our existence. We are cut off from the source of life. In our mortal struggle, birth, toil, death sprang from choosing knowledge over innocence. Yet the tree of life didn't vanish. It remains a distant symbol in Eden, inaccessible behind those flaming swords. In these traditions, eternal life isn't ours to grasp here. It's a promise for a future restored paradise, whether the Christian heaven or the Islamic Jannah. The story whispers that our journey now is to reclaim that lost immortality, not through a tree, but through faith and redemption beyond this world. And this tale comes from the book of Genesis. It was written about 1200 to 500 BC, although its roots stretch back to ancient Near Eastern oral traditions, echoing the Quran's Surah al-Baqarah. For Jews, Christians, and Muslims, Eden's trees aren't just myths, they're a lens on human nature, explaining why we wrestle with good and evil, life and death, and it's a story of choice and consequence, shaping moral codes across millennia. And here's an interesting fact. Some scholars link the tree of life to Mesopotamian myths, like the Epic of Gilgamesh, where a plant of immortality is lost. This is just more proof that ideas have flowed across different ancient cultures.
And now, number 3, the Lodge.
In Jewish mysticism, particularly Kabbalah, the tree of life sheds its physical form to become a spiritual blueprint, a profound shift from the cosmic pillars of Norse tales or even Eden's guarded trees. This isn't a tree you can climb, it's a geometric diagram, a sacred structure of 10 spheres called the Sephirot. Each has a vessel channeling the infinite, unknowable essence of God into the manifest, finite world we inhabit. So imagine it's a cosmic flowchart, tracing how the boundless divine energy called Ein Sof condensed into creation. These Sephirot aren't random, they are arranged in a pattern linked by 22 paths, each a step in a spiritual journey. The Sephirot themselves are key, starting with the crown, the divine will, descending through wisdom and understanding, which birth insight. Then you have beauty, which is at the center, balancing mercy and judgment, down to foundation and kingdom, grounding the divine in the physical. The paths aren't just lines, they are the seeker's roadmap. By meditating on these connections, practitioners unlock gnosis, which is transformative knowledge of God and their soul. It's less about eating fruit, more about climbing inward. It's a mental ascent to align with the divine flow. And this tree also reveals creation's heartbeat through its 3 columns. The right column, led by chesed, or mercy, radiates kindness and expansion. It's kind of like the generous force of life. The left is severity, and it channels discipline and restriction, a stern hand shaping order. The middle, crowned by beauty, strikes a balance, harmonizing these opposites to sustain the universe moment to moment. And this dynamic interplay isn't static, it's a living process, reflecting how creation pulses with tension and unity. The tree doesn't just describe the world, it shows how our own consciousness mirrors it with emotions, thoughts, and actions echoing these divine forces. The tree of life is the ultimate synthesis of knowledge. It's a guide to how the universe was built. Ein Suf's light filtering through the Sephirot into matter and how your soul is structured, a microcosm of that cosmic design. Through study and meditation, the human soul can ascend back to its divine source, retracing the past to reunite with the infinite. It's a mystical ladder, promising that the divine isn't lost, but hidden within, waiting to be reclaimed. The vision comes from Kabbalah. Kabbalah is a Jewish mystical tradition that emerged around the 12th century with texts like Sefer Yetzirah, and Zohar. Though its roots stretch to earlier esoteric teachings, for Kabbalists, the tree isn't just theology, it's a practical tool used in prayer and meditation to bridge the human and divine, especially during exile when physical temples were gone. It reflects a deep trust in human potential to understand the infinite. And here's another fact. The 22 paths align with the Hebrew alphabet's letters, which suggest every word you speak carries a place of this cosmic map.
And now, the horse chestnut.
So whether it's the structural integrity of Yggdrasil, the lost immortality of Eden, or the divine knowledge of the Sephiroth, the Tree of Life asks the same question. Are we seeking the structure of the world, the knowledge that governs it, or the eternal life it once promised? Like it if you like it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you soon.